Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before I start, I just want to say thanks to everyone that's been watching. I've already got 11 subscribers, and it's only been 2 days, so that's pretty cool. Not that it's a contest to see who can have the most or anything, but it's always nice when people are listening to what you have to say. So this is going to be a response to bigstar1000's thread part 2. This is the one where you choose 5 records all starting with the same letter. Well, I decided to do this because it felt wrong to start part 1 and then not do part 2, but I'm doing this with some reluctance because I found this to be way harder than part 1. I did pick 5. It was really hard to narrow it down, but I think I got some good picks in there, and some of these don't really have a lot to say about, but I'll show you guys. I'm going to get right to it here. This is, by the way, I picked the letter D. Could have been a bunch of other letters. I somewhat arbitrarily chose that one. This is the first record. This is Karen Dalton. The record is called In My Own Time. And this one was kind of a cool find. This used to be actually worth some money back in the day. And then they reissued it. I forget which label put it out, but they reissued it, and it probably doesn't have quite the same value. Maybe it still does, I don't know. This is, my copy is on Just Sunshine Records, which I don't know anything about that label. Don't know. I don't think I have any other records on that label. Anyway, Karen Dalton is this weird sort of singer. I think she's Native American. She didn't really like the I don't know, she didn't want to play the industry game, and she only has 2 records. This was the second one. She actually had to be coaxed into doing this one. But she has a very interesting voice. Gets compared to Billie Holiday a lot, but it kind of sounds like Joanna Newsom maybe a little bit. A little bit, maybe. But it's sort of her own. I would check out the song Katie Cruel. Katie Cruel is a really good song. And she's not really a singer-songwriter because she doesn't write her own songs. These are all interpretations of other people's songs. Fred Neil's a really big fan. He's got a little blurb on the back saying how great she is. I think Bob Dylan really liked this record too. Check it out if you can. Either original or reissue. It's not for everyone. Her voice is definitely unique, but I really liked it. I like artists that kind of forge their own path and not do the same thing, and she's definitely one of them. Next record is a jazz classic, I think. This is maybe something that hasn't really gotten enough attention. Not sure why. It's Jack DeJohnette Special Edition, and this, I think, is fantastic. This is a quartet. Jack DeJohnette, David Murray, Arthur Blythe, Peter Warren. David Murray and Arthur Blythe are the sax players. David Murray also plays bass clarinet, and I actually have a record of his that's fantastic called Ming. And Jack DeJohnette plays drums and a little piano and melodica. This is from 1979, or recorded in 1979, came out in 1980. It's on the ECM label. It's really, really good. It's not, ECM kind of, later on, they kind of tended to get sort of cold and new agey a little bit with their style, but this is just fantastic jazz. I mean, there's an Eric Dolphy tribute called One for Eric. There's 2 John Coltrane covers, Central Park West and India. Both of those are great. And basically, I don't know too many other jazz records that are just willing to take so many chances and experiment. Not just with the improvising, but with the compositions too. They're really, really creative. Highly recommended for any fan of jazz. Next is Miles Davis. Don't really have much to say about this one. This is the quintet with Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, all of them. Kind of just arbitrarily picked this one. There's about 20 others I could have picked. Miles in the Sky though. This is a good one. A little underrated too. Transitional period where he's sort of starting to get into rock a little bit. There's some straight 4/4 rhythms, Is there... Oh, George Benson is on one song, too, playing guitar. So, yeah, transitional record and a pretty good one. Number 4, Eric Dolphy. One of my favorite jazz saxophone players. He plays alto sax, bass clarinet, and flute, and pretty much does an outstanding job at all of them. And this is kind of special because it's called Memorial Album, and it's titled that because Eric Dolphy and Booker Little had both passed away when this came out. This is from, I think, in 1961. This is from the five. This is a more 5-spot recordings. There's Live at the 5-Spot Volume 1 and Volume 2, and this is basically the last of it, Volume 3. And Booker Little had died 3 years earlier. Eric Dolphy had just passed away, and that's sort of, I don't know. Two of the most tragic deaths in jazz for me. Booker Little was 23, I think, and Eric Dolphy was in his 30s. But Dolphy is definitely one of the best. His solos, it's hard to describe, but there's not too many times where you can hear something so strange, but also logical in terms of its construction. Last but not least is The Dream Syndicate. It's a really good record. It's like Paisley Underground stuff. I have their second album too, which is good. And then I also have a record by The Rain Parade, which is more Paisley Underground. And that's about it. This was sort of it's very Velvet Underground, taking cues from that band for sure. But I really like this record. This is just loud, noisy, grungy, really good stuff. And this was a original copy. It's a little cutout hole, but other than that, it's pretty clean. So that was sort of, again, I had to leave tons of stuff out, which I hate to do, but I figured that was a pretty good sampling of the Ds. So there's that. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully there'll be more videos in the future. Probably not this weekend because I'm busy, but maybe Monday or Tuesday. I know there's some more thread responses going around, or more threads, and I will try to respond to them. And then maybe get a artist collection going or something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you around.